And we're back. I'm going to continue on through. Can always, between missions, come here and, I didn't need any. You can replenish your meta gel.
Hey, Commander.
There's Ashley. Doctor. I think for this episode here, I'm going to, run around the Normandy, talk to everybody. Not much to talk to, but we will talk to them, get to know them a little bit. Well, get to know Ashley a little bit. Shepard would already know Caden and Doctor here. But we will, a couple of goodies in there, we'll take those. What's up, Doc?
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth, or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
Just learn a little bit more about the captain.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
Alright, sounds like Shepard.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
L2?
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
Such as?
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
I say so.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
I should go. The first of many times. Well, actually, I don't know if that's the first time Shepard said I should go, but get used to hearing that.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Alright then. Oh. Captain Anderson? I don't think he has anything to say.
Go speak to Joker when you're ready. Tell him to bring the Normandy into dock.
Yep. Let's go chat with Ashley.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
Yeah, Jenkins proved extremely valuable. I mean, if he hadn't been the one to get shot, then Caden might have gotten killed, and that would have sucked. We'll be nice.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. That means a lot from you. I've never met anyone who was awarded the Star of Terra.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
Yeah.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Probably could have, but it was easier.
I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
And as I said, Shepard, Leonidas Shepard is, he's tough when he needs to be. He's a pretty nice guy, but as I said, he just met Ashley, so if she's going to be stationed on this ship, she's really got to kind of prove that she can pull her own weight. And she did a good job on that mission, but Shepard, like I said, Shepard's gonna be not keeping an eye on her. That makes it sound like she's in trouble, but you know what I mean.
Everyone on this ship has to do his or her part, Williams. Remember that.
Yeah, what he
Understood,
said.
sir.
And I'd just like to kind of clarify, me as a player, like I said, I've played these games a lot. I never really was a big fan of Ashley as a character. She's not bad, but I mean, I don't know what it is. It's just the way she acts, the way she, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's just not my favorite character in the trilogy. But as I said, this is kind of a role play type of playthrough, so I won't be being unnecessarily cruel to Ashley just because I'm not a big fan of hers. There's it really pays off to kind of explore the ship and look at all the little things like that. I just picked up was a codex entry, and in addition to giving you a little bit of information on the technology and the lore in the game, it gives you a little bit of experience points too, so that's never a bad thing. Alright, let's speak to Joker and get moving into the
Good
Citadel.
timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower, Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony!
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
The Council.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Well, it's the way of it.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. If they don't stop him, I will.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Ash. Alright, so here we are. We are on the Citadel. The Presidium, to be more precise. Which is essentially the where the upper class or the elite hang out and live and work. You can kind of see it sort of reminiscent of Halo in a way, where it kind of curves around into a giant ring with a simulated sky. I always liked the Citadel, like, as a concept. Don't get me wrong, the map of the Citadel in the first Mass Effect game here is pretty, well, cluttered. I mean, well, cluttered maybe not the best word for it. It can be confusing for the first time. I remember getting lost here the first time I played it. There's just so many corridors and pathways. Captain Hendrickson reported some unusual energy readings during a patrol of the Argos Row cluster. She had particular concerns about the Hydra system, but was recalled before a team could investigate further. No patrols are scheduled for that sector. Do we want to send in a recon team? So that was a side mission or an assignment, as I mentioned before in the codex and the journal here. Our main mission right now is to expose Saren. We have to go to the Presidium Tower, or the Citadel Tower rather, and speak to the Council. And then the one we just picked up there from that computer, unusual readings. So that we cannot do until we get a ship with which to fly around the galaxy. And for all intents and purposes, we're grounded on the Citadel. So, not much we can do about that yet.
I understand what you're saying, but these allegations are very serious. I can't just... This is serious. My reputation is at stake. I spoke with the consort in confidence, and her alone, and she betrayed that confidence. All right. I will look into it for you. In the meantime, do not do anything rash.
Couple of new looking alien species that we haven't seen before in the game. Let's talk to this guy here.
EarthClan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising
mad,
remark.
bro?
Don't be so rude, Din. At least introduce yourself.
Din.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, EarthClan?
You could not be such a dick, maybe. Volus. Yeah, why so cranky?
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions.
There's my timer.
Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Gonna
Details.
finish this real quick.
We still
and,
have no
do a
real
cut.
say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
And I'll be back in a sec.